Favorite part of the summer, actually, beating you guys. He said first he said Dominican Republic, and then he came out again and said actually it was beating.
Of course it'll be a healthy scratch at first.
Now I know why. So.
All right, Coach. After day one, what are you feeling about the team, and a little prognostication?
Well, listen, I thought we worked hard today, and really these first few days are to get summer hockey out of their system and introduce them to what they're about to face here for the next 7 months, no matter what level you're going to play at. So I thought it was a good day. I thought we came with the right intentions. I thought they worked hard, and it was a good first day.
And Coach, last year the turnovers plagued this team and the lack of scoring, from the secondary guys. Do you feel like working in camp, that's what you guys going to address to make sure that you guys cut down on those this year, the turnovers at least?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the amount of goals we gave up is just unacceptable. So we've got to be better keeping the puck out of our net, and that entails a few things. One of them is turnovers, because when you turn a puck over, you have a hard time being in defensive structure. And I thought our puck management really hurt us a lot throughout the season. So we've got to be better in that area. We've got to be better structurally, defensively, and we want to be better in all our areas, in every area that the game presents. So, but there's a lot of optimism in that locker room right now.
Logan said that his injury is week to week. Do you expect him to be ready for opening night?
Well, week to week. I'll let you know after this week. I'm not being coy. I just, he feels like he will be, but, with the injury he's got, you're just not sure. So, we will go week to week and continue to reevaluate him after the next 4 or 5 days.
How much? I'm sorry. How much of a door does that open up for younger guys like Eklund if Cooch is out for a little bit?
It opens the door for Eklund and other young players for sure. Obviously, I think everybody here knows what Cooch means to our team, and on and off the ice, and he'll be sorely missed if he's not able to start the season with us, but it'll give an opportunity to somebody else.
That might place some more burden on Thomas Schertl too. We talked about Tommy last year in terms of maybe needing to get a little quicker. That sort of. Have you seen that in terms of his fitness and conditioning so far?
He looks very good. Matter of fact, I haven't seen him with his shirt on since I've been here, because he wants to show everyone how good he looks. So, but he looks good on the ice too. I really liked his pace today. I mean, you can tell he's skating freely, and he looks a little bit quicker.
So, Coach, we talked about last year about your leading scorer being your defenseman, and now he's gone. So how do you make up for that scoring, or will you guys be a defensive team this year?
I think every team's trying to be a defensive team. And, I think with some of the players we added, I think they'll pick up some of the slack from an offensive standpoint. But also, it's not just about the scoring. We have to be a more well-rounded team. We've just got to be a better team overall. And with that, I think guys that maybe scored 10 goals might score 13 goals, or guys that have scored 20 might score 25. So I think over the course of the year, the depth of your roster, I think the better your team plays, the more productive everybody is, and that's what we have to focus on.
Did anybody stand out today in the scrimmage, or were we looking for there in this first one?
Just looking for the compete and the effort, really. And again, it's hard that first day. One team took 10 minutes of warm-up, and then they play, and the other team practiced, and they kind of faded as the scrimmage went on. So, really it's just to get into the game flow.
David, I think you mentioned the other day that even though Eric's gone, the way you guys play doesn't necessarily change. I mean, how does that, what is the identity of your defense core have to be right now without a guy like him? You don't really have too many offensive type guys. What's the identity of that group got to be?
They have to be really good at what they're good at, and as a whole, our group are guys that can close on people, be hard on pucks, and make simple outlet passes. And then the opportunity to join the rush when it presents itself, we've got to consistently take advantage of that. And there's a lot of ways defensemen can get involved offensively. It doesn't usually show up on the score sheet. When your D are active and you get 5 guys involved in the offense, they draw coverage, which causes space and time for your forwards. So, our guys need to be involved offensively. They may not get the numbers that people will recognize or want them to have, but their involvement in the offense will give us more offense from our blue line, even though it may not show from a goal and assist standpoint.
Can guys get into trouble if they try to do too much a little bit, maybe outside of their...
Yes. I mean, forwards or defensemen, regardless of what position, any player that's trying to do something he's not capable of doing is going to get in trouble, right? So, but when your D get involved, your forwards also have to be responsible for the puck, and that ties to what we talked about earlier. our turnovers.
So does that mean, are you worried then about bad pinches from your defense this year?
I'm not worried one bit about anything today.
Are you going to select another alternate captain, and have you decided on who that is?
Yeah, I think that will play itself out through training camp. We certainly have, obviously, with Cooch and Hurdle and Mario, feel very confident in that, those three guys from a leadership standpoint. But, we have other guys that I'm sure we all would recognize that could be guys that would be assistant captains. So that's something that we'll talk more about as camp moves forward.
So, Coach, Nico said he didn't really care about who won. What was your feeling about when Vegas hoisted the trophy, Stanley Cup?
Well, I was happy for Bruce, but more so I was happy for Jack Eichel and Brett Howden, two guys, especially Jack, who I coached at BU and have a strong relationship. And Brett Howden's just an incredible kid, someone I really enjoyed coaching with the Rangers. And then Bruce and I built up a friendship over the years from my time at BU, and just really happy for him. So, and even George McPhee, I've known from afar for a while, so I was happy for George. And Kerry Bullbolts is now the president there. I worked for him in Lake Erie, and I was happy for our division and our conference. Everybody talked about how strong the East was, but I think it was pretty clear who the best team was last year when the season ended, when the playoffs ended.
I know today's just the first day of camp, but you had Gavanka with Ferraro, and sort of what Leon might be able to bring the team in terms of puck moving, being more offensive oriented. Just what have you thought of his play today, and just in general seeing him at captain skates?
Yeah, it's hard to gauge a guy in day one. I don't want to. And I was actually during the scrimmage, I was actually saying that to him. You know what? Just let this play out. Don't want to paint a brush in one day for a player. So, but I liked him at the World Championships. I was excited when we got him because he does give us a right shot defenseman who's got some offensive ability. So he's going to have a legit opportunity here.
David, without we don't know obviously if Logan's going to be healthy enough for the play in that. Do you use this time to audition guys for that 2C role, and is Granlund maybe a guy you look at as potentially filling that void?
Yes, and Granlund had a great day today. I mean, he's, I'm excited for him this year. He's excited to be here, and I think he's going to have a good year for us.
You got to keep him in the middle now.
Yeah, he'll start in the middle for sure. Yeah.
So, Coach, you got 1 year under your belt. How are you feeling year two? What's your expectations, and what would you say, to the people out there watching is going to happen with this team this year?
Well, I know what the outside hockey world thinks of where we're going to finish this year.
Okay.
But
are you looking at me?
I would caution everybody because I really feel good about our group. I feel really good about our forward group. I think our D-core can be effective when they play to their strengths, and I think our goaltending will be better. So, as we've talked about an awful lot the first 4 months last year, this would end, and we talked privately, and a lot of us couldn't believe our record was what it is based on the way we actually looked and the way we played. And, you and I talked about in Vegas about the statistics. It didn't look, and so eventually, if we make another step and play better than we did the first 4 months of the season before our roster started changing so dramatically, I think we're going to have a much different record than maybe people might anticipate.
And yourself?
I feel great.
Okay.
I feel really good. No, I feel really good about our organization. I feel so good about our coaching staff, our training staff, the direction we're going. We're in a much better position as an organization than we were a year ago.
We know Logan is hurt. We know Makiniemi's working his way back. Any other, last year Kunin's season was ended early. William too, but obviously William's a rookie face. But any other sort of injury, does everybody look good, healthy, 100%ish?
Yes.
Besides those two.
Everything else was day to day for anybody who wasn't out. Yeah, it was just so we're in a good position.
David, what does progress look like for this team? What do you measure success by?
Well, two things I think about from our end of it, and I talked about this with our team last night, was commitment and respect. We need to be fully committed in every aspect that it takes to be a great hockey player and be a great team, and then earn respect night in and night out. And I think when you focus on that, the wins and losses follow. And to me, that's how I'm going to judge our season. And again, we want to win hockey games, make no mistake about it, but regardless of where you are as an organization, you've got to come every day, earn respect from your teammates, and then when you're playing a hockey game, you're earning respect from your opponents. And one of two things are going to happen day in and day out. You're either going to gain a little bit of respect, or you're going to lose a little bit of respect. And we're looking to gain respect day in and day out here.
Okay, thanks, David.
Thank you.